Hello there, friends, and welcome back to the Scamper stocking, which is part of the Prancing Through the Holidays make-along. By this point, you have completed your cast on and 5 rounds of stockinette, which is knitting every single stitch in the round for 5 rounds, and you're ready to do the next portion. This is actually the setup for the Picot hem of the stocking. It's a very easy thing to do, and once you do it, you're going to be like, I love this. I'm going to do it on everything. So let's take a look at what I have down here so that we can work on this together. Right down here, I have the start of a second stocking for myself. I have the 5 rounds completed, and I am using a row counter to keep track because I get easily distracted. So I have worked 5 rounds. I'm getting ready to do my Picot setup round, okay? So this would be my round 6. Just like my knitting in the round before, I want to make sure that I have my needles towards me, my yarn is over here on my cable away from me, and I'm ready to work around. This might not seem like you're doing anything here very much, but you're going to knit 2 together and then yarn over all the way around. So I'm at the end of my round. I've gone ahead, I've moved my marker, so I'm ready for my next bit, and I'm going to literally knit 2 together. So I have 2 stitches here on my left hand needle. I'm going to go into both of those stitches and knit them together. Now I'm going to yarn over. So bring my yarn forward between my needles, bring it up over top of my right hand needle and back to the back, and then knit 2 stitches together. Yarn between my needles to the front, over top of my right hand needle to the back, and knit 2 stitches together. I don't know if I said knit 2 stitches together at the start, so we want to make sure that I said that. Yarn forward between my needles, up over top of my right hand needle, and knit 2 stitches together. I'm going to do this with my yarn in my other hand. For those of you who are English style, bring my yarn in between my needles to the front, back over top of my right hand needle, and then knit 2 stitches together. To the front between my needles, back over top of my right hand needle, knit 2 stitches together. Between my needles to the front, back over top of my right hand needle, and then knit 2 stitches together. We're going to do this all the way around until we get back to our marker. Because I am better with the yarn in my left hand, I'm going to continue with it in my left hand. As you come up to the end of your round, don't forget you have to finish with a yarn over. Okay, so the last stitch of your round is that yarn over. Slip your marker. Now you're ready to begin round 7. Rounds 7 through 11 are just knitting. We won't do another big action round until round 12. So now that we've moved our marker, I can simply just knit all the way around. And one thing that is important to do as you're knitting on this round, just pay attention to the work that you have created. Make sure you have a stitch that looks like a single solitary stitch. That was your knit 2 together. And then you have your yarn over right after it. That way, if you accidentally missed a yarn over or you accidentally missed a knit 2 together, you can find that on this round as you're working around. So just kind of pay attention as you're working. Just take it a little bit slower and be like, oh, there's my knit 2 together. There's my yarn over. There's my knit 2 together. There's my yarn over, so on and so forth. Meet me back here when you're ready to start round 12. And that's when we're going to join our cast on edge to our stitches on the needle to create the Picot hem. See you then. Here we are. I'm ready to begin round 12. And the goal here is that we're going to pinch our fabric. So we're going to take this and we're going to pinch our fabric, bringing up the cast on edge to the stitches that are on our needle. And what happens is that those stitches that we did the knit two together yarn over on round 6 right there, look at that. They become a really cool picot. So the best way to go about doing this, honestly, in my opinion, is to pick up that cast on edge stitch, put it on the left-hand needle, and then knit that cast on edge stitch together with the next stitch on the needle. So let me try and show you how to do this the best I can here in the video. Okay, for me, I find my tail, and that is where I'm able to then distinguish what is the first stitch of my round. So I find all of these V's, and I can see the first stitch of my round is right here. So I'm going to grab just one strand, just one little strand. You can see I put it on my left-hand needle, and then I knit it together with the strand that's on my left-hand needle. So let me get this over here, get my tail out of the way. Ah, of course, right? There's little things like this. All right, so let's try this one more time. We're going to knit that stitch and then off. So then come down here to your cast on edge again, go to the next stitch, find where the next stitch is. So fold that up, find the next stitch, grab it. Let's see, is it that one? Yeah, it's that one right there. Put it on your needle and then knit it together. Okay, this is one of those things that's going to be a little bit time consuming, but you can do this. And if you happen to get off track a little bit and you need to fudge a couple of the stitches, you can do that. It's not going to show. But I always kind of pull my working yarn to see what stitch came out of, so then I can move over to the next column of knit stitches, put my left-hand needle right there in that edge stitch. It's that nice ridge that we have with that long tail cast on. That's what I'm picking up, is just that one little ridge there. And then I'm knitting it together with the stitch that's next on my left-hand needle. And like I said, it's creating this nice picot hem. So as you get going, it becomes a little bit easier. At the start, it is a little tricky to see, but as you get going, it's a lot easier just to find those cast on stitches, pop them on that left-hand needle, make sure you don't split your yarn, and then knit it together. You can see you're getting that nice hem. You can see here, I'm getting a nice little picot edge. I will continue doing this all the way around until I get back to the beginning, at which point I will move on to the next step of my stocking, which is the beautiful and surprisingly easy Latvian braid. So go ahead, finish this round of getting all of those cast on stitches knit together with the stitches on your needle to create that picot hem. Join me back here for the Latvian braid.